The first half of 2024 was a little quiet for PSVR2. I mean, we got by, we had a lot of videos to make and games to cover, but no massive hitters like there were last year and like there are for the second half of 2024. Because my god, if you're a PSVR2 owner or a VR owner in general, although this video is focused on PSVR2, you have a lot of games to look forward to, and certainly a lot we're going to be covering today for my top picks, my most anticipated for the rest of the year. Some of these games I've tried previews for, most of them I haven't, but all of them look bloody incredible. So, without further ado, let's get into it. After you like and subscribe, of course, so please feel free to do so if you like PSVR2. Anyway, let's go. In December, we are getting Alien Rogue Incursion. This is the big one. Very relevant for this week as Alien Romulus has come out. Have you seen that film? Let me know if it is any good. But Alien Rogue Incursion seems to take a little bit of a different look at the series because it's more action oriented as you traverse through hallways just like they do in the films, taking on xenomorphs, facehuggers with the iconic motion tracker and pulse rifle. The devs have been talking a lot about this one and how they've incorporated different elements of game dev into this to make it a really seamless, fun and terrifying experience that looks great while using Unreal Engine 5, and I'm sure on PSVR2 it's going to look stunning with those OLED panels with the high contrast of flashlights and darkness and making that motion tracker pop on the screen, so I cannot wait for it. Although I wouldn't mind if we got a more stealth-oriented Alien game. I'd love a port of Isolation, please make it happen at some point. Honestly, flat to VR Studios, get Alien Isolation, make it a full VR game, I'll give you all the money. But Rogue Incursion is looking like a great counterpart to, say, Aliens, which is a bit more action-focused, but rest assured there will be a fair bit of horror here too. One of my favourite franchises of all time, Metro, is getting a VR game, of course. Metro Awakening looks fantastic, taking you into the deep dark tunnels of post-apocalyptic Russia in the Metro system as you fight for survival against other humans and horrendous irradiated creatures. Plenty of weapons are to be found here, as well as a lot of makeshift weapons are put together and are highly detailed and fun to use in the flat screen games, so I cannot wait to see how they operate in the VR version. There's so much potential for this one, and some creators have gone hands-on with it not too long ago, so hopefully we're looking at a really good port here. They've already detailed how they're using some of the PSVR2 features to make the immersion feel cranked up to 11, so I can't wait for that too. We don't have a release date as of recording, but it is confirmed for some time in 2024, so bloody hell, I'm very excited for it. A bit like Alien, plenty of action, but mostly stealth and horror are to be found here, making you count every last bullet and fight for survival around every corner. This seems to be more along the lines of Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light instead of Exodus, which is a more open world game, but I'm perfectly happy with that. The first two games have a very special place in my heart. I played them through lockdown and I absolutely love them. And they're very linear but well crafted, and I'm hoping that carries over. And Vertigo always have a very high standard in terms of their VR games, so I think we can be rest assured that the quality here is going to be through the roof. Also from Vertigo Games, we're of course getting the Arizona Sunshine remake, a full from the ground up remake of the original game, in line with the second one, making them a seamless experience to play through number 1 and number 2. The best bit about it as well is that if you already own the old version, it's only a $10 upgrade, which is fantastic. I love it when devs do this. It's such a pro-consumer move, and to be honest, Arizona Sunshine, the remake, looks like a completely new game with fantastic looking combat, just like the second one, and visuals to boot as well. So I cannot wait for that. Vertigo are really firing on all cylinders this year, so I'm honestly just blown away by the fact that that just got revealed like last week, and it's already on its way here in 2024. This list is incomplete without Wanderer, the Fragments of Fate, of course, as well. It's been delayed a little while. It's still a couple of months away as it stands now, but this time Hopping Adventure promises a wonderful amount of variety. It was highly praised for the original game back on PSVR 1, and this is another built for PSVR 2 and new VR systems remake with a brand new engine and plugin for the engine I think they've developed called VRAF, which is incredibly promising. That's offering so much in the ways of story, action, and VR mechanics, which again is one of the most important things for virtual reality, is how real the world feels, and that is what they're prioritizing for Wanderer, and I cannot wait to see how it pays off for them. And who can forget Phasmophobia? This co-op ghost hunting horror experience comes to PSVR 2 around the Halloween period, which I'm so excited for. It also comes to all consoles, meaning you can play this with your flat screen friends and also play with your PC friends in VR or flat screen, which is absolutely fantastic. A really terrifying game with amazing proximity chat, leading to some hilarious but also terrifying moments. This is one of my most anticipated of the year. Within a month, on September 19th, we have Into the Radius coming to PSVR 2, a port that I've wanted for so long. Fast Travel Games are helping CM Games with this one, two of the best VR devs porting it over to PSVR2, taking advantage of all the PSVR2 features like 3D audio, adaptive triggers, the haptics, the whole lot. I cannot wait to explore the Pachorsk anomaly in this headset on PS5. I played it on PC on PSVR2 and it looks fantastic, but having it optimized 90 Hz, completely smooth, it's just going to be fantastic on PS5. I cannot wait for this one. If you don't know what Into the Radius is, it's essentially like Stalker. It's a survival combat game that's open world in stages that you can travel between with horrendous enemies to fight and a very spooky atmosphere, but at the same time can be quite calming if you're just going on a run to explore, listen to some music. Fantastic game. I love it and I cannot wait to play it on PSVR 2. September 19th, I have confirmed I'm going to be getting a review code for it before it drops, so I'm going to have a review ready to go. I cannot wait. I'm so excited for this one. Aces of Thunder by Gaijin Entertainment as well is a War Thunder spin-off with many of the same mechanics, focusing on VR dogfighting. They confirmed that it's online and offline, PvE and PvP, so I'm very excited for that because this gives the game longevity. It wasn't too long ago where we got another little deep dive through a trailer about the game, and it's still slated for Q4 2024. Let's hope it doesn't get pushed back because this one has been announced for a very long time and has got a load of content to go with it. And those people longing for another flight sim, this looks like it's going to be right up your alley. Built for PSVR 2 and now Steam VR. It's a gap in the VR market that's sorely missing for this World War II style of dogfighting, and I'm so ready to get my hands on it. And finally, of course, I've got to cover Behemoth. The one game from this list that I have already played, apart from Into the Radius and Arizona Sunshine. Behemoth is an upcoming, story-focused action game from Skydance Entertainment. Skydance are the makers of The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, and are one of the most respected VR game devs of all time, and for very good reason. And from my hour or so of playtime and hands-on with it, this is looking to be a fantastic 12 to 14-ish long VR game, inspired by the likes of Shadow of the Colossus and the Souls games that will offer some incredible combat, amazing visual spectacles, and huge boss fights. So I'm so ready to play this one when it drops on November the 14th. Anyway, those are my picks, my most anticipated for the rest of the year. I'm sure some other stuff will come along, which will be quite exciting. But I am so pumped for all the games on this list. We are eating very, very good in the VR space for the latter half of this year. And who knows what might be announced at Sony's potential showcase. So I'm all ears. All eyes point towards the future. Cannot wait to see. But thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members: Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, Ace Gamer, Hippie Pickle, Jin007, License to Chill, Some, WTF, Fat Controllers, Jason Parker, Lamar Hall, Jordy Bansmer, Lemon64K, Callum Tierney, Mischievous Marco, The Underground Game Cat, Brian East, Alajimbe D2Y, Underground Stranger Game Cat, The Game Cat, Andrew Ehrenreich, Mark Smith, King X Ping, Jars of Ash, The Legacy of Gamepad, Hooked Worm, The Who's Game Cat, Outcast VR, Prophecy 777, Test Rate Review, Salvador, Wade, Evan CS Kieran, and Sean Grimm. Oh, there are so many of you. Okay. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one.